Roxy Rocket flies through Metropolis on her personal rocket, closely pursued by Superman. She dives under a tunnel, only to find Superman at the other end. She takes the risk of flying right at him, but he manages to snatch her off the rocket, which crashes harmlessly in the bay. Superman is amazed that even Roxy would be daring enough to make trouble in Metropolis, but she shrugs and informs him that Batman has gone missing, and Gotham City is now overrun with crooks. Out in Gotham, a couple of criminals rob a store of its jewelry on the belief that the police are too busy to come and Batman won't show. However, they failed to reckon with Robin. He easily foils the robbery, only to find the robbers had reinforcements, but before they can shoot him, Superman shows up and subdues the crooks. Superman then consults Robin about Batman's whereabouts. Robin explains that Batman claimed he'd be away on business, but neither Batgirl nor Nightwing believed it. They traced the call and presumed Bruce had been abducted by Ghoul something in Romania, and followed the lead, leaving Robin to defend the whole city by himself. When the bat signal goes up, Robin claims that crime gets worse every time Batman doesn't show up. Superman vows that Batman will this time. Out on the roof of the Gotham Police Department, Commissioner Gordon and a police officer waiting in vain for Batman. However, just as they give up, Batman and Robin appear. Gordon informs Batman that Bane has returned to Gotham and is now twice as strong as he used to be. Unknown to the Gotham police, Batman is actually Superman in Batman's outfit and imitating his voice. They go to Wayne Enterprises to investigate the messages sent by Bruce Wayne. The call claims that Bruce went on vacation, but a previous call to Robin claimed that he would be at work. Robin traces the call to New Zealand, but neither he nor Superman believes the trace to be real. Superman investigates the papers in the room and discovers nanites crawling on their surface. Looking at the phone, he discovers a needle and realizes that Bruce is under some kind of mind control. Together, Batman and Robin interrogate the Penguin about the whereabouts of the Mad Hatter. After some convincing, he confides in them that the Mad Hatter is meeting with the Riddler and Bane. The three criminals intend to control Gotham City, with Riddler acting as a jailer, the Mad Hatter as a puppeteer, and Bane as an enforcer. However, Batman and Robin appear to foil their plans. Robin manages to knock down Riddler and cuff him to the cage. Bane engages Batman in a fierce battle, but he pummels him into submission with relative ease, stunning Bane greatly. After a short chase, they capture the Mad Hatter, who is no match for Superman's speed. At a lab, the Mad Hatter examines the nanites and surprises Batman and Robin by telling them that the robots are not his. In fact, the nanites are far more advanced than any Earth technology he has ever seen, suggesting they may even be extraterrestrial in origin. Looking for more of a lead, Superman and Robin go to the Batcave to research what little they know. Since the alien origin of the nanites, it's difficult to tell what the aliens want Bruce for. He checks the message sent to Lucius Fox and hears rocket exhaust in the background. Robin then realizes that Bruce must be at Wayne Aerospace, which is supposed to be abandoned. The team heads to Wayne Aerospace and discovers there is in fact a group of technicians working on a new rocket that has Kryptonian features. Bruce comes onto the scene and tells his staff they can go home, and the staff members leave in confusion. After they have gone, Brainiac reveals himself as the mastermind behind Bruce's disappearance. He's about to kill Bruce on the basis that he's outlived his usefulness, but Superman intervenes and stops him. Brainiac is unconcerned, as he believes he is up against the mortal Batman, but soon finds out who he's really facing. Superman confronts Brainiac, but is unable to prevent him from launching his rocket. Still, Superman follows him into space, and though it seems Brainiac has gained the upper hand, Superman manages to destroy the rocket and his foe's new body. Back on Earth, Bruce is returned to normal because the nanites in his body have begun to self-destruct harmlessly. Superman cautions him on checking his computer systems anyway and leaves with a compliment to Robin. A special private event is being held at Metropolis Harbor, and a large group of people are trying to get in. However, the guard is good at his job and won't allow anyone. Just then, a woman comes in and flirts with him. The guard allows her in. Inside the ship, Jimmy and Clark are covering the event, the sale of rare nautical memorabilia. Jimmy sees the woman and starts to take her picture. She touches the camera and leaves him. When Jimmy tries to use the camera again, he finds that the film has melted. Now inside the bathroom, the woman removes her disguise and throws flames from her hands into the ventilation system of the ship. A fire is started, and the people panic. Clark starts to lead Jimmy out of the boat, but retreats into the smoke to make the change into Superman. Superman easily manages to open new escape routes and rescue the people. He sees Volcana, but when he tries to save her, she attacks him with a jet of flame powerful enough to send him out of the building. Superman puts out the fire by using a propeller to hurl water at the building. Later, Clark tries to enter the building but is stopped by a guard who lies about the reasons for why the place is closed. Clark leaves but then finds he's being followed by a man with a long, scruffy beard and horn-rimmed glasses. He ducks into an alley, and his stalker finds he has disappeared. The stalker then goes to a phone booth and disappears in a flash. Superman witnesses this and makes note that the building is the Metropolis Federal Building. Clark believes that there may be government involvement and dryly comments to himself, "My tax dollars at work." Safely inside the government building, the man who was surveying Clark removes his glasses and false beard. Back in her hideout, Volcana calls up her fence and offers him the stolen goods, but he turns it down on the basis there is no market for nautical memorabilia and that he has no room in his warehouse. Volcana tells him that she needs to get out of town, but he still will not buy the stolen items. She then sees something in the newspaper that interests her. Donnie agrees to meet her in the usual place, but as soon as the phone call is over, he is confronted by a few men in suits who ask where the usual place is. Clark continues his investigations by going to an institute for children with paranormal abilities. Here, they help children with special mental powers both to deal with their abilities and develop them. When Clark asks how the school is financed, the headmaster says there is alumni support and donations, but admits that there is also government support because private fundraisers would be difficult. However, when Clark asks about anyone having pyrokinetic abilities, the headmaster becomes pensive and leaves. He goes to his office but finds men in suits waiting for him. They force him out, claiming that they'll take him to a safe house, but he's afraid. The tires blow on their car and he makes his escape. He then runs into Clark, who offers to take him somewhere safe in exchange for information. The doctor tells Clark that the government had kidnapped a teenage girl, Claire Selton, who had massive pyrokinetic potential. They gave her the codename Volcana and tried to turn her into the perfect weapon, but she escaped. With this new information, Superman confronts Volcana and attempts to offer help in exchange for her agreement to stop stealing, but she attacks him. After a brief, intense fight, Volcana is able to escape by distracting Superman with a flame silhouette of her shape. She then goes to see her fence, but runs into one of the dark-suited men named Kurt. He reveals he was the one who kidnapped her. Before Volcana can react, she is doused with a powerful foam retardant and captured. At the Daily Planet, Clark overhears Jimmy telling Lois about a hotel room that was covered in fire-retardant foam but without any signs of fire. Superman heads to the hotel, where he finds some government agents and demands to know where Volcana is. One of the agents takes out a powerful weapon, but Superman moves and crushes it before he even finishes explaining its capabilities. Holding the other agent out a window, he repeats his question. Later, in an underground facility, Volcana is kept in a tank of inert gas, being siphoned oxygen sufficient only to keep breathing, which would in essence kill her should she use her powers to attempt escape. Volcana wonders why she has been abducted, and guesses they want to reactivate her as an assassin. Kurt says that is incorrect. Her assassinations were too messy and hard to cover up. Rather, she is to be sold to whichever government is the highest bidder to do what they want with her, but most likely to kill her through vivisection in order to do genetic surgery on her to determine the source of her pyrokinesis. Superman arrives and points out that Kurt is doing this for personal reasons, as Project Firestorm lost funding years ago, to which Kurt immediately agrees. However, Kurt was also prepared for Superman's arrival, as his men attack Superman with weapons powerful enough to hurt even him. During the fight, Volcana's tank is ruptured and she manages to break free. She then starts to wreak havoc on the facility, seeking out Kurt to repay him. However, her mad rampage ruptures tanks of flammable gas, and Superman tries to get her to control herself. Volcana refuses to listen, thinking that all her life she misplaced her trust in her family and the US government, and Superman is likely another government stooge. She accidentally ignites the flammable gas and is knocked out by the explosion. Superman takes Volcana to a deserted island where she is effectively imprisoned and couldn't harm anyone, but has made it into a makeshift tropical resort. Superman recently went food shopping and is flying to the island to resupply Volcana's new home. And as he returns home, she blows him a hot kiss in thanks. Just when you think Superman's adventures can't get any more intense, boom, he's teaming up with Robin, sneaking around as Batman, and taking down some of Gotham's biggest villains. From the high-speed chase with Roxy Rocket to the shocking reveal of Brainiac's mind control plot, this episode has everything. Superman's disguise as Batman was genius, showing just how far he'll go to help his friends. And the twist? Those nanites controlling Bruce aren't even from Earth, they're extraterrestrial. But the real surprise was Brainiac's attempt to harness Kryptonian tech right under everyone's noses at Wayne Aerospace. The final showdown in space was epic, with Superman once again proving that no threat is too big, even when it's a high-tech Brainiac missile. And Bruce? He's safe, thanks to those nanites self-destructing. Watching Superman team up with Robin and step into Batman's world is such a cool crossover that lets us see him in a totally new light. Well, this brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this one. Your support helps us grow. So, what do you think? Do you love it when Superman and Batman's worlds collide, or do you prefer them fighting crime solo in their own cities? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of them. And if you're watching till now, thank you. I'll see you in another video soon.